Bonjour everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Louisa, you are watching Loulou C'est la vie, and for today's video I'm going to talk about oils, how I use my oils, what type of oils do I use on my fine wavy to curly hair. First let's define what type of hair I have so that you guys can see if it's a hair type that is close to yours. I define my hair as being fine. Why fine? Because each hair strand that is on my head is very fine. It's not thick, it's not full, it is very fine. Now that doesn't mean it is weak. Actually, it's pretty strong. When I it make noise, listen. It is actually super strong, but it is very fine. Therefore, I don't believe I have low density hair, because when I look at the definition of what low density means, it doesn't look like what I have. People who have low density hair, you can see the scalp through their hair. This is not my case at all. I think I have a normal density hair, but it's just that each hair strand is fine. Therefore, I do not have a whole lot of volume in my hair. It tends to look a little bit more flat. Now, as far as the texture of my hair, I define it as wavy to curly. Some days I can find straight hair in my head. Wavy, let me show you. We have wavy curls here, right? This is more or less wavy. And then on top here, it is more of a curly. Some days I have spiral curls, like here, for example. That's a good example of a spiral curl. And so yeah, this is how I define my hair: average density, fine hair, wavy to curly. So now that that's been established, if I put oils on my hair, I will get greasy hair, weighted down hair, dirty hair really fast. It's not something that I like to put in my hair as is. Like you will barely ever see me put oils in my hair just because. I actually did a few videos where I was experimenting oils in my hair, and I will link the video in particular right here. But after trying out a bunch of oils and realizing that this is just not gonna work for my hair, here's how I like to use my oils. All right, so there's 3 ways that I like to use my oils. The first way, it's the one that I do maybe once a year, and is to treat my scalp. I personally don't have scalp issues, but once or twice a year when the seasons are changing, and my scalp starts to feel itchy and maybe a little dry. So that's when I will do a scalp treatment. And the oil that I like to use for scalp treatment is the jojoba oil. Why jojoba? Because it is an oil that is the closest to our natural sebum, the oil our body naturally produces. Therefore, our skin absorbs jojoba oil way better than any other oils. And when it comes to the scalp, you want to find something that is really gonna be gentle and nourish that scalp and help it recover as fast as possible. The way I like to do that is, first I like to cleanse my scalp as much as possible. So wash my hair at once, make sure there's no more buildup product, put some conditioner mostly on the length of my hair but not so much on the scalp, and then I will apply this jojoba oil on my scalp and let it sit for a few hours. I personally don't like to sleep on a scalp oil mask. I just like to leave it for a few hours and then rinse it out. Now, when I rinse it out, I don't necessarily like to use shampoo. I would go with something a little bit more gentle, like a co-wash or just a conditioner, because what a shampoo will do is just dry your scalp even more, which defeats the purpose, right? So yeah, when I do one of those treatments, I know that in the next couple of days, my scalp is gonna feel a little bit more oily, but that's because I needed to do that treatment at that time. So Personally, I don't have a lot of scalp problems, so I only do this maybe once or twice a year, if that, and this is how I'll do it. Let me know in the comments below if you would like me to do a video on that, and I would love to show you how I do it. Now, the second way I like to use oil on my hair is to mix it with a mask or a leave-in conditioner. So I will link a video right here, a recent video actually, where I created a DIY mask booster, where I take my favorite mask and I add a few natural ingredients to give it a boost, and oil is one of those ingredients. In this video I use avocado oil. Avocado oil is one of my favorite oil to use to put treatments on my hair, because it is an oil that actually penetrates the hair follicles and just do that job of repairing and locking in the moisture where it needs to be. It gets in between all those hair follicles and just makes everything smoother, and my hair responds very well to avocado oil. So in this video I show you how I do that. I use it in a hair mask. I can also, if really it's needed, use it with a leave-in conditioner, but I don't really do that often because, again, leave-in conditioner on its own tends to have enough moisture, and if I add oil to it, it will weight my fine hair down and I will lose my volume. The third way I like to use oil is by putting it on the tips of my hair. When I say the tips, I'm talking about like this part of your hair, right? Like the tips, the part that has the most damage, and put it in straight on your hair as soon as you get out the shower, which means that your hair is soaking wet. It still has a little bit of whatever mask or conditioner you had put in from your shower, right? And then you would just put a few drops of oils in your hand and then just put it on the tips of your hair. And that is gonna help to lock that moisture in as soon as you get out the shower. That's usually the time where your hair follicles are like wide open because of the hot water, and you know, you've been staying in there for what, 10 minutes, so your hair follicles are like this, and you want to close them. You like my visualization of your hair follicles? And you want to close them and lock that moisture in, and that oil, that avocado oil or argan oil, are going to do that very nicely. This is what I did this morning, because I realized yesterday that it's the end of February and my hair is like, I'm so done with this weather, and the end is dry and some of them were breaking, and I do not want to cut my hair yet. So I decided to put a little bit of oil on the tips of my hair, and then put my leave-in conditioner, and then put my hair gel, and then diffuse it. And like you can see, the result is really nice. I don't see my hair being dry, but it's not greasy or oily, and the curls are actually super how you say, spiral, like it, you know, it curls on itself, and that to me is a sign that my hair is healthy. When my hair is not happy, the end tends to be just like this, kind of straight. When my hair is healthy, this is how the curl ends. So that's another way that I like to use oils, and it's usually in the dead of the winter where my hair is just tired of the weather, and I would usually cut them, but I don't want to cut them, and this is my go-to. So voila, this is it for this video. I hope this was helpful. I would love for you guys to let me know in the comments below, how do you use oil on your hair? If you have fine, wavy to curly hair, let me know, how do you guys use oils on your hair? What type of oils do you use on your hair? And I would love to try it myself. I always like to learn new things, especially from you guys, so please share with me. Don't forget to give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and share with your friends if you think it can help them in their hair journey. Voila, and subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. Of course, please subscribe. I will see you guys next week with a new video. Until then, my loves, have a beautiful life. Au revoir et à bientôt.
Hey, c'est la vie.